Hey guys, I'm Pastor Matt, and this is Bible Basics. This week I spoke from the book of Ephesians, and I wanted to give a little bit of background about that book. The book of Ephesians was written by a man named Paul. In fact, Paul wrote most of the New Testament. But the truth is that Paul wasn't always the sort of guy that would have written the New Testament. In fact, he was a pretty rough dude. Paul had a life-changing experience with Jesus that turned him into probably one of the best missionaries, biggest missionaries in the history of Christianity. But before that, Paul was Saul. Saul was a leader in the Jewish church. He was a Pharisee, and he was absolutely committed to ending the Christian church, to the point where he would arrest and imprison the followers of Jesus. In fact, in Acts chapter 7, we read where Saul stood and watched and gave his approval to the stoning death of a Christian named Stephen. Saul was a bad dude. Saul knew that there were a bunch of Christians hiding in a place called Damascus. So Paul goes to the chief priest, the head of the Jewish church, and asks for a letter giving him permission to go to Damascus and to arrest Christians. While on the road to Damascus, Paul and some of his cohorts are traveling, and Paul sees a bright light. And he hears a loud voice that says, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Saul looks up into this bright light and says, "Lord, who are you?" And the voice says back to Saul, "It is I, Jesus, the one you are persecuting." Paul's life changes after this. He becomes a committed follower of Jesus. He goes on into Damascus, where Jesus tells a man named Ananias to go and meet Saul where he is and heal his blindness. You see, Paul was struck blind by this bright light. Ananias, when he's called to go see Saul, says, "But I'm a Christian, and Saul does bad things to people like me." But Jesus tells Ananias, "Go, because Saul is my chosen messenger to the Gentiles." And Gentiles are anybody that's not a Jew. So Ananias goes and heals Saul, and Saul later becomes known as Paul. That is Paul who wrote the book of Ephesians. I hope that gives you a little better understanding of the author of the book of Ephesians. Maybe in a later video I'll share a little bit more about the church in Ephesus that Paul is writing this letter to. But for now, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Paul. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video or learned something from it, then share it so that your friends can too. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel below so you never miss any of my new videos. I'm Pastor Matt. You guys have a good day. And he falls to his knees and says nothing because Jesus spoke first. That better not be in the audio. I'm Pastor Matt, and this was Bible Basics.